Oh, another Sunday in Lent, another long gospel, huh? Oh, you all got through it. You guys get through it? You guys are still awake? Oh, thanks be to God. Oh. I was watching these entertainment news, and I found that one of the streaming services was bringing back a superhero show for a superhero that I have a soft spot for. Unfortunately, I didn't see the previous shows. I just I can't find the time to watch a lot of the streaming television. Yeah, but I got a soft spot for this show that's coming up, Daredevil. You familiar with Daredevil? You guys familiar with Daredevil? You know Daredevil. You don't know Daredevil? I'm showing my age. Oh, Daredevil. Matt Murdock. When Matt Murdock was a little boy, he got hit in the head with a can of a radioactive waste, and as a result, he lost his eyesight, but all his other senses were expanded. So he could sense the world around him better than the rest of us with plain old eyesight. Huh? He could hear better. He could feel better. Huh? He could smell better. And he went off to college. He was raised by his single father, who was a prize fighter, who taught him a lot about fisticuffs. Matt Murdock went to his college, went to law school, became a lawyer, practicing in New York City. And at night, he would be out there fighting crime. At days, jumping between courtroom and courtroom and law office and law office. At night, jumping between building top to building top, fighting crime. It's amazing, but it's a little beyond belief, a little incredulous, yes? A blind lawyer, much less one who's out there fighting crime, huh? You would think that's amazing. And then I thought about Brother Cyrus Habib. You might remember that name. 6 years ago, we didn't call him Brother Cyrus. 6 years ago, we called him Lieutenant Governor Habib. Was the lieutenant governor of Washington State, who announced around this time 6 years ago that he was not going to run for re-election, that he was leaving public life to enter the Society of Jesus, to strive to become a Jesuit and become a priest. And Brother Cyrus has since taken first vows. He's out in Kenya, working and learning. And as you may know, Jesuit formation is pretty long, so he's probably got a couple of more years before he takes final vows, a couple of more years before he's ordained to the holy priesthood. But Brother Cyrus, when he was a little boy, got cancer, and as a result of that cancer, lost his eyesight. Yet he went to college, he went to Columbia, and part of his time at Columbia, University, not the country, and not the city of Missouri. He went to Columbia University. Part of that, he spent a year at Oxford, where he became a Catholic. Went on to Yale, where he went to law school, practiced law, which got him involved in political work, working all the way up to becoming lieutenant governor, the first Iranian American to hold a statewide office. His parents had immigrated before he was born from Iran. We hear Jesus come across this blind man, this man born blind from birth. And his disciples asked him, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? To us, that sounds like an absurd question. But then again, we grow up listening carefully to the gospel. So it seems absurd to us. Back then, it wasn't such an absurd question. These days, sisters and brothers, it might be more in vogue to blame genetics, that somehow by genetics he deserved to lose his eyesight as a little boy. And yet, he would not get any credit for all his accomplishments. But Brother Cyrus, back then Lieutenant Governor Habib, saw, even through his blindness, the light that is Christ, and realized his vocation, that the works of God might be made visible through him. Sisters and brothers, we are called this Lætāre Sunday. Lætāre is a Latin word meaning to rejoice. We rejoice. We're more than halfway through Lent. Can you believe that we're already halfway through Lent? You don't believe it? You believe it. You're not sure. You don't believe it. It still seems like a lot of Lent to go, huh? But we are called about halfway through Lent, even in our time of penitence, to rejoice, to realize, to recognize our spiritual blindness, and to let Christ heal us, cure us of that blindness, so that we may live as children of light. For light produces every kind of goodness and righteousness and truth. To cure our spiritual blindness so we can see ourselves, see one another, see the world as Christ sees the world. For not as man does God see, because man sees the appearance, but the Lord looks into the heart. This Lætāre Sunday, this week, this Lent, we strive to approach Christ, the light of the world, with prompt devotion and eager faith, to let him cure us of our spiritual blindness, so that he may guide us in right paths for his name's sake. Jesus tells his disciples, Jesus tells us, that he came into this world for judgment, so that those who do not see might see, and those who do see might become blind. This Lætāre Sunday, this Lent, let us ask Christ to show us his light. Let us ask Christ to cure us of our spiritual blindness, so together we may increase in spiritual joy. Praise be Jesus Christ, now and forever.